Lies, as in you deceitful tongue, lies can be so strong they can kind of hold a generation. This was, or several generations in the case of evolution. But Marxism is such a lie because it appeals to the second main personality of the Gospels, Mark. The Mark type people, it really appeals to them. But what they never explain is that it's the same pyramid as republicanism. It's the same pyramid that always existed, holding all the strings while the children play below, at helping each other and being equally, distributing everything equally between them, which actually means that they become very poor and all their goods and essence and power and energy is hoovered up to the top of the very same pyramid that it would have been even in even in capitalism. Capitalism, it seems, as it is currently being run by 87 key individuals who own 50% of the world's money. Yeah, as it's currently being run, is at least open and overt. Until people actually realise to the full extent it has reached, such that we now have two companies in the world. Apparently they have 40% of all business. BlackRock and Vanguard, who have mutual shares in each other's company anyway, so they're virtually one company. But we have these lies, and another lie that held a whole generation, probably still does, is the lie that there is no need for marriage because marriage is just but a paper certificate. But marriage between individuals is this, and this is the key. This is the key that has eluded us. I mean, it kind of seemed obvious at the time of falling in love because we thought we were giving each other total love, right? But because of the way we're made up, and that we're not just secular beings, secular front of house beings, that's where the lie functioned. Because in reality, the certificate binds you. It does two things. It binds you to each other in a way through thick and thin, but it's also a security. It's a security hedge, which means you're safe to give yourself totally, spirit, soul, and body to each other. But you're not really, if you've never made that commitment legally in front of everybody, in front of principalities and powers actually, and the Lord, what kind of security have you got? Until the first hurdle comes along, or the first difficulty, or set of difficulties. And that was never explained to us. And stayed like a lie over a whole generation because nobody could actually come up with very clearly, well, actually, this is what marriage is. Literally decades. Nobody at all, certainly in open media, came up with any reason, opposing counter-argument for why on earth we should have marriage. And this is the power of the deceitful tongue. Tongue literally set on fire by demons, probably higher than demons, fallen angels that are so much cleverer than we are. In my trouble I cried to the Lord, and he answered me. Deliver my soul, O Lord, from lying lips, from a deceitful tongue. What shall be given to you, and what more shall be done to you, you deceitful tongue? Sharp arrows of the warrior, with the burning coals of the broom tree. Woe is me, for I sojourn in Meshech, for I dwell among the tents of Kedar. Too long has my soul had its dwelling with those who hate peace. I am for peace, but when I speak, they're for war. This so is true for the fourth quartile, but it's true for every one of us. As soon as someone stands up and speaks a bit of truth, wow. And that so discourages us. It drives us into reality and drives us into the Lord, actually. Where is this rock that I can stand and build my life on? Because everybody else is just being swept away by lies. So this is the Psalms of Ascent. This is the going inward and the going upward into the Lord. Psalm 121. So this is the kind of response. I will lift up my eyes to the mountains. From where shall my help come? From there? From thence? My help comes actually from the Lord, who made not just a few hills and mountains, he made heaven and earth. He will not allow your foot to slip. He who keeps you will not slumber. Behold, he who keeps Israel will neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is your keeper. The Lord is your shade on your right hand. The sun will not smite you by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord will protect you from all evil. He will keep your soul. The Lord will guard your going out and your coming in, from this time forth and forever. Psalm 122. I was glad when they said to me, let us go to the house of the Lord. Our feet are standing within your gates, O Jerusalem, Jerusalem that is built as a city that is compact together, to which the tribes, plural, go up, even the tribes of the Lord, an ordinance for Israel, to give thanks to the name of the Lord. For there thrones were set for judgment, the thrones of the house of David. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem. May they prosper who love you. May peace be within your walls and prosperity within your palaces. For the sake of my brothers and my friends, I will now say, may peace be within you. For the sake of the house of the Lord our God, I will seek your good. People say it's wrong to talk about Jerusalem and say, oh, well, that all finished in the cross. No! The covenant with Abraham was made to the sands of the sea and the stars in the heaven. There's two aspects to those covenantal foundations of Abraham. And, yeah, right. I could talk a lot about that. But it's also the true Zion. The true Zion actually is 18 inches down, actually, from our head. That is the true Zion, connecting directly through to the throne of God in the heavens. So that's true as well. Anybody can be in Zion. Anyone can move 18 inches. Go into your inner room and shut your door to the whole Genesis 3 lie, deception, deceitful thoughts and thinking and foundations. Shut your door to that and go meet your Father. Meet with your Father in secret. Not just any force, not just any guide that says they're helpful, but they're really fallen angels coming as angels of light. No, meet with your right as an individual created by God is to have a direct relationship with the God of the heavens. That is your right. Don't let any demon, any fallen angels take that right away from you by claiming that theirs is better. It's rubbish compared with going through the source of all eternity outside of all creation. Psalm 123, this takes us through to the new way of living. I could say a lot more about Psalm 122 to say it's about the church. It's greatly expanded in the new covenant. But here's another thing. Jesus came to teach this form of life to 12 disciples because all of us were totally confused and led astray by the Genesis 3 idea of doing our own thing and being our own gods and living according to this iffy tree of the knowledge of good and evil. To you I lift up my eyes, O you who are enthroned in the heavens. Behold, as the eyes of servants look to the hand of their master, as the eyes of a maid to the hand of her mistress, so our eyes, Lord, look to the Lord our God, until he is gracious to us. Be gracious to us, O Lord, be gracious to us. For we are greatly filled with contempt. Our soul is greatly filled with the scoffing of those who are at ease, and with the contempt of the proud. Think about that a moment. It's never been so clear to me as in the last few weeks that, of course, people feel content being in a satanic pyramid, which is layers deriving their source and strength from the bottom layers, and so sitting proud on a tree or a pyramid that isn't their efforts really. It's been greatly fueled and succored by people who actually, mathematically speaking, this is fact statistically, this grand world pyramid, 4 billion people are living on under $5 a day, whereas the top 87 own 50% of the world's money. And how can that be so? Well, that is the mathematics, the useless mathematics of the pyramid. And so you are accepted as long as you comply with the devil, as long as you don't stick out, as long as you provide a basic service that he requires, but you're actually under his covering, you are actually under his curse, you are actually under his wreckage. You sit with your soul greatly filled with the scoffing of those who are at ease. It's only temporary ease. It's totally baloney, but it looks like that to start with, and with the contempt of the proud.